So, imagine you're standing at the base of this like massive, intimidating mountain, right? You're trying to climb it, but every few steps you just intentionally trip yourself.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. But, according to Brianna Weiss's book, The Mountain is You, that mountain isn't actually an external obstacle at all. It's your own internal blocks.
Right. And welcome to the deep dive, by the way. Today, our mission is to basically walk you through this core journey in the book from like finally recognizing those self-sabotaging blocks to achieving real self-mastery.
Exactly. And the very first hurdle there is realizing that what we call self-sabotage, it just doesn't actually exist. At least not how we think it does.
Wait, really? Because I
Yeah.
mean, if I spent 2 hours just doom scrolling instead of working on a project, it really feels like active sabotage to me.
I know it totally feels that way. We treat it like this fatal flaw, right? But Weiss argues it's actually just a maladaptive coping mechanism. Your brain is trying to fulfill an unconscious need, like stress relief.
So it's using an outdated method to soothe anxiety rather than, actively trying to ruin my project.
Spot on. Look at Carl Jung. I mean, long before he was a famous psychologist, he was this deeply awkward kid who just hated school.
Oh, I haven't heard this story.
Yeah, so one day he falls, hits his head, and thinks, maybe I won't have to go back to school. And almost immediately, he develops these uncontrollable fainting spells.
Wait, was he faking them? Like, just to get out of class?
No, not at all. They're completely real.
Mm-hmm.
His unconscious mind literally manufactured a physical neurosis because it was the only way it knew how to protect him from that overwhelming environment.
Wow. So treating my phone scrolling habit as the enemy is basically, well, it's like taking a hammer to the check engine light in my car.
That is a perfect analogy.
I'm just attacking the symptom instead of popping the hood to see what's actually misfiring.
Exactly. And to find what's misfiring, you have to follow your triggers.
Yeah.
Those moments when you get, like, irrationally angry out of nowhere,
Uh-huh.
those are actually guides.
Okay, but I have to push back there a little bit because anger usually just destroys relationships, right? It feels like a total loss of control, not a guide.
Well, it becomes destructive when we react to it blindly. But Weiss points out that anger is actually a transformative emotion. It's designed to show us exactly where our personal boundaries are.
Give me an example. Like, how does that work in real life?
So if you get absolutely furious when a coworker takes credit for your idea, that anger is just a biological flare going up. It's signaling that your boundary around fairness has been crossed.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
But, it completely goes against this modern push to just be happy all the time. Does society's obsession with, like, positive thinking actually weaken our emotional intelligence?
Oh, absolutely it does. Suppressing negative emotions keeps you stuck in those loops. You build emotional intelligence by actually sitting with that anger, not by smiling through it.
Right. But assuming I do that, assuming I sit with the anger and find the root cause, recognizing it usually isn't enough to stop me from picking up my phone the next time I'm stressed.
Yeah, well, recognizing the problem is really only half the battle. The much harder part is actively releasing the past. You essentially have to mourn your younger self.
Mourn your younger self. I mean, that sounds a bit dramatic for just trying to build better daily habits.
I know it sounds intense, but think about it. The identity you built in the past was designed to help you survive whatever environment you were in back then.
Like staying quiet to avoid conflict or using distraction to numb anxiety.
Exactly. That old version of you kept you safe. But now, those exact same survival tactics are the things holding you back. Your old identity just cannot sustain your new life.
Okay, but building a brand new identity feels incredibly overwhelming. If my brain relies on these deep-rooted survival tactics, it's going to fight back if I try to change everything overnight.
And that is exactly why real transformation doesn't happen in sudden dramatic breakthroughs. Your brain naturally resists massive change. It panics. So you have to bypass that threat response with what he calls micro shifts.
Micro shifts, so like what, reading just one page of a book or drinking half a glass of water?
Precisely. Small, seemingly insignificant actions. They adjust your baseline comfort zone slowly, without triggering your brain's alarm system.
Oh, so it's like that classic brain teaser. Would you rather have $1 million today or a single penny that doubles every day for a month?
Right. We always want the million up front.
Yeah, but that compounding penny actually turns into over $10 million by the end. Micro shifts are basically that compounding penny of self-mastery.
That's exactly it. And over time, those tiny shifts integrate your fears and strengths. And this matters because your ultimate goal isn't just to master this one mountain.
Right, you're trying to master yourself, so you have the agility to navigate whatever life throws at you next.
Exactly, to build that resilience.
Which brings up a really fascinating point from the text. The human mind is apparently anti-fragile. It literally requires adversity to grow.
It thrives on it, yeah.
So I'll leave you with this thought. Once you finally conquer your current internal mountain and achieve that self-mastery, will your brain just instinctively start looking for an even bigger, more exciting mountain to climb next?